Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. बोलिए श्री वेद व्यास भगवान की जय. ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यास ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. ओम गं गणपतये नमः. ओम सं सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम गुं गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. So Yaksha Prashnas, questions number 54 to 57. Today will be the fifth day and the last day for this month of Yaksha Prashna. Yaksha Uvacha Yaksha Uvacha Dhanyānām uttamam kim svit dhanānām syāt kim uttamam labhānām uttamam kim syāt sukhanām syāt kim uttamam. Yudhishthira answers. Yudhishthira uvacha Dhanyānām uttamam dakshyam dhanānām uttamam shrutam labhānām shreya arogyam sukhanam tushtiruttamam. So these four questions are about worldly enjoyments, worldly wealth and worldly experiences, the best among all that. Dhanyanam uttamam kim svita. In this world, who is the one who is considered really blessed? So, and Yudhishthira answers, Dhanyanam uttamam kim svita, Dhanyanam uttamam dakshyam. Among the ones who are really blessed are people who are endowed with great integrity. Dakshyam means, it has several meanings: honesty, integrity, the ability to do something, uprightness of character, accountability, loyalty, or responsibility. Dakshya means, from the word daksha, skillful, the one who is able to discharge his duties with great skill, the one who is able to integrate people, integrate resources, think with clarity, and discharge duties with clarity. So the example for the quality of dakshyam, or inner integrity and outer integrity, is Kacha. Kacha is the son of Brihaspati, and what is the great thing about Kacha is, on behalf of all the Devas did not know the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya. Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya is that knowledge which Shukracharya had, and because Shukracharya had this knowledge of how to bring people from the dead, every time in the battle between the Asuras and the Devas, Shukracharya was using this knowledge of reviving people from the dead and bringing back all the Asuras to life. Whereas the Devas, once they are dead, they are gone. So all the Devas approached Brihaspati, and when they were all discussing, this Kacha took this responsibility of learning the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya from Shukracharya. And once when Kacha went to Shukracharya, he introduced himself as Kacha, the son of Brihaspati. He did not tell him a lie, even though he knows that Shukracharya was against the Devas. He introduced himself directly as a son of Brihaspati and said that I want to learn the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya from yourself with all boldness and all integrity. And Shukracharya was very pleased with his integrity and took him as his student. Unlike Karna, who went to his Guru Parashurama and said that he was a Brahmana and not a Kshatriya, because Parashurama, sorry, Karna hid his real identity. He did not say he was a Kshatriya, he told him that he was a Brahmana. And that is the reason why Parashurama took him as a student. But we all know the story that once when Parashurama was lying down on the lap of Karna and sleeping, a bee came and stung Karna's lap, and then he put up with all the pain, and then blood started oozing, and blood went and touched Parashurama's face, and when Parashurama's face was hot with blood, he woke up and he discovered that Karna's leg was bleeding. And instead of really protecting a student and praising a student for saying that even with a bleeding leg, bleeding thigh, you have allowed me to sleep, withstanding all the pain, he said a Brahmana cannot withstand so much of pain. So you have lied to me saying you are a Brahmana. And then he curses him saying, when you really want it, this knowledge is not going to be of any use to you. And so then Kacha, on the other hand, he told Shukracharya that he is Brihaspati's son, and he goes through a lot of trials and tribulations, and Shukracharya accepts him as a student, saying, live here for 1,000 years, but you should live the life of a Brahmachari. And true to his word, Kacha was living that life, and Asuras were going on making attempts at his life because they did not want this knowledge to go to the Devas. And so they killed him many times. They killed him, they mixed his body, which is pounded, into the food of his, into the wine that Guru drank, his Guru drank. And when finally many times Shukracharya himself revived this Kacha from life by chanting the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya. So Shukracharya's daughter Devyani is actually in love with Kacha. And so she goes and tells her father, now when Shukracharya drinks the wine in which Kacha's flesh has been mixed after being killed by the Asuras, he is in a dilemma, because if Shukracharya revives Kacha, then Shukracharya will die because he has to come out of his stomach. And then if Shukracharya dies, she will miss her father. So she says, I am in a real quandary. Please do something. I love Kacha also. I love you also. I want both of you. Then Shukracharya says, he tells to Kacha in the abdomen, he talks to Kacha, okay, I will teach you the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya on the condition that when you come out of my abdomen and I die, you will use the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya and you will revive me back to life. So Kacha agrees, and so then Kacha is also revived, and then Kacha uses the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya and Shukracharya is also revived. The twist to the tale comes when Devyani tells to Kacha that I want to marry you. Kacha says, no, you are my sister because I have shared the same womb as your father. I have come out of your father's abdomen, so you become my sister. We cannot get married. But Devyani is not able to take this so easily, and Kacha leaves Devyani and goes back to the Deva kingdom. So that is the story of Kacha and Devyani. This is a story of how when we function with integrity, everything happens beautifully in our life. The next question is, Dhananam syat kimuttamam, dhananam uttamam shrutam. Among all the wealth that we have, in terms of money, in terms of property, in terms of kind, in terms of cars and other vehicles and other objects, what is the greatest wealth that we can have? The greatest wealth is the wealth of hearing. So, in the Tirukural also there is a very beautiful Tirukural. Selvathul Chelvam, Sevichelvam, Achelvam, Selvathul Yellam Talai. Among all the wealths in this world, the wealth of hearing is the best wealth. Because the wealth of hearing, the wealth of knowledge, Shrutam is knowledge, whatever we have received through our ears. The Vedas are also called Shruti. And Veda means knowledge, the wealth of knowledge. Among all the wealth that we may have, the wealth of knowledge is the greatest wealth. In this, there is a story of the Bhagavatam, which is being described. It's a very long story. The two sons of Atmadeva, one is a very good child. His name is Gokarna. Gokarna because he's got ears like a cow, and he has got a very sattvic nature. He has listened to all the Vedas, and Dundukari has been engaging in many sinful actions, and he is not able to, even after his death, he gives great misery to his father and mother. Whereas Gokarna goes to Kashi to study the Vedas, he becomes a very learned man. This Dundukari dies eventually after giving great trouble to his father, driving his father to the forest out of misery, and his mother jumps into the well and she dies because she's not able to bear his torture. He lives with 5 women in his house. The women represent our 5 sense organs, which are unbridled sense organs. He lives with them, and they finally put an end to him, saying that he is stealing from everybody and giving us all the wealth. One day all the kings and others, the king's agents will come in search of us. So before we get killed, we will kill him. They put hot coal in his mouth and they tie his mouth, and then they dispose of the body in the forest. They tell everybody that the Dundukari has gone abroad to earn money, and they run away with all of Dundukari's wealth. And then when after he dies, his body, his sukshma deha, the subtle body, is not able to transcend to the higher worlds because he has done so many sins. And then he calls upon his elder brother Gokarna. Gokarna says, I have done so much of karmas for you in Gaya. Why is it that you have still not transcended? He says, for all the sins that I have done, I could not have transcended at all because I have done so many sins. And so Gokarna, you please find out what can be done to me so that I can reach higher worlds. And then Gokarna asks he keeps searching. Surya Deva says, do a Satkarma. The Satkarma, what is that Satkarma? Surya Deva does not say. And then Gokarna still keeps searching. And then he meets the 4 young child rishis, the Sanakadi rishis. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. And they say the chant, give a discourse for 7 days on the Srimad Bhagavatam, conduct a Bhagavata Saptaham, and Gokarna does that. He establishes this Dundukari on a bamboo pole with 7 knots in it. Every day when the Saptaham ends, this Dundukari is being installed in that pole. Every day when the Saptaham ends at night, 1 pole bursts, 1 knot bursts, 7 knots burst. And then finally, this Dundukari, who is actually a Preta, he just emerges with the beautiful form of Krishna, and all from Goloka, from Vaikuntha Loka, people come, all the Vaikuntha Parshadas come, and they take him in a chariot to Vaikuntha Loka. So that is the greatness of receiving knowledge. So Gokarna even says, what are the 4 qualities important for a listener? Faith. Whenever we listen to something, we have to listen with Shraddha. We have to apply our attention with all love and gratitude when we listen. And then we have to listen with swasmin deenatva bhavana. Deenatva bhavana means I am a very ordinary person. I don't know. Whatever I am receiving is very great. With humility and surrender, we listen. Then triumph over the flaws of one's own heart. We have to conquer the mental flaws, the flaws of the mind. Mano dasha jayas shaiva. And then mind free from other preoccupations. When we listen to somebody or something which is very important, we should not be thinking about what is going on around us, what somebody is doing, what went this side, what went that side, what can I have for dinner. All these things should not be going on in our mind. Nischala matihi. These are the 4 qualities that we need to listen. And the Taittiriya Upanishad also says we must have a desire for Medha Kama more than Shri Kama. More than the desire for wealth, we should have a desire for Medha Shakti. A Medha means the meaning of whatever we see, whatever we understand, the true meaning, to retain the true meaning in our mind. So that is to do about Shrutam. So what is the wealth? Listening or gathering knowledge and gathering wisdom and storing it with us is a true wealth. Labhanam uttamam kim syat, labhanam shreyaha arogyam. What is it that we can really get in this world? In Tamil there is a proverb, சுவர் இல்லாமல் சித்திரம் வரைய முடியாது. Without the wall, you cannot draw the painting. So the wall that we have in this lifetime is the wall of this body. It is this wall with which we are able to do so many things in this world, achieve so many things in this world, study so many things in this world, earn so much of money, earn many qualities, earn many talents like music or cricket or painting or doing stand-up comedy shows. For everything that we need to do, we need this body, and this body has to be healthy. So the greatest gain in our life is the gain of being healthy. In the English language also, we know that health is wealth. And so whatever we need to achieve good health, whatever effort we put in our life, the primary effort is to achieve good health. How do we achieve good health? We have to spend time to take care of our body through exercise or yogasanas. We have to spend time to strive to eat the right food, and we have to spend time to eat the food by chewing it well. We have to spend time to give the right kind of entertainment so that the mind in the body is very healthy. We have to take care of the mind and take care of the body to stay healthy. The last question is, Sukhanam syat kimuttamam, Sukhanam tushtihi uttamam. Among all the joys in life, what is the greatest joy? Sukhanam syat kim uttamam, Sukhanam tushtihi uttamam. Tushti means contentment. Even in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, in the Niyamas, Shaucha, Santosha. Santosha or contentment is the second Niyama or the discipline that we need to follow for our own upliftment in life. Contentment is the best kind of happiness. There are 2 things. One is Tushti, which is contentment, or Santushti, and the other is Tripti. Triptiriti Vrishtav is one Upanishad mantra in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Tripti means when I get something, then I am content. When I get the tasty food that I want, that quantity of food that I want, then I feel content. That is Tripti. Tripti, everybody will have. We cannot have more than the quantity that we really can take inside us. That is tripti. But contentment is whether I get something or not, whether I get something or whether I don't get something, I'm very pleased. I'm very content with what I really get in life. I'm not asking for more. I don't want more to be content. If I get a chocolate, even if I want more chocolates, if I get a chocolate and I be very happy with that and I go on with my other work, then there is contentment in life. In fact, we pray to Lakshmi asking for wealth. We pray to Goddess Lakshmi. And we think that Lakshmi is the one who gives us all the money. But Lakshmi is not actually wealth. Lakshmi is not actually the money that we see. Lakshmi resides in us in the form of contentment. When there is contentment, there is Lakshmi, and where there is Lakshmi, all wealth follows. Even in modern day topics like law of attraction, what do they say? If you want wealth, you live life as if you have achieved something. Suppose I want 100 crores. That is the desire I have. Don't work for those 100 crores. You will never get it because you will be a discontented person. Money will never come to a discontented person. Banks will not give a poor man loan. Banks will be lining up to give a rich man loans because he knows how to make more money with that. A poor man will lose all the money, so they will not get. So, what is the secret of wealth? The secret of wealth, the secret of all richness is if you want 1 lakh rupees, behave like the man who has got 1 lakh rupees. How does the man who has the 1 lakh rupees? He will start working for more money. Behave like that. Meaning, be contented, behave as if you've got it, behave as if you've got the money and you're spending it with wisdom, then that money will come. So, what is Tushti? Tushti is contentment, Lakshmi is contentment. Behave as if you're a wealthy person, and all wealth will come in search of you. So, even in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Yuktahara viharasya yuktacheshtasya karmasu yuktasvapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. You transcend dukkham. You can conquer dukkham. You can kill sorrow in your life when you are yukta in your ahara and vihara. Ahara means entertainment. That is for the previous verse. The previous verse is about health, but it also applies to this verse. When there is health, there is wealth. Health is wealth. So we see here what is with the previous verses. What is health? What is the greatest labha or gain is health. And the next verse says, what is real wealth? Wealth is tushti. So Bhagavan shows the means for both. Yukta ahara viharasya. When there is integrity in what we take in through our mouth as food and also our 5 sense organs for our entertainment. Ahara and vihara is expressing through our 5 sense organs of action. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Being very integrated in the work that we do, doing the right kind of work, expending the right kind of energy to do the work, not giving being a workaholic and spending days and nights working to earn money. It is not going to, all the money that we earn will go into our hospital expenses. If we are going to earn without discrimination of the energy sources that we have. Yukta ahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapna avabodhasya. In our dream and deep sleep also and waking states, we have to be very integrated in how we spend our energy. That means sleeping for that required amount of time, not sleeping too much or not waking too much. When we follow this path of yoga, we will transcend all sorrow. And then Bhagavan talks about the person who gives up sorrow in his life. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atman yevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. That person is a sthita prajna, a man of steady mind, who gives up all desires for this and that. Sarvan Partha Manogatan Kaman. All the desires of the mind. I want this, I want that. I hate this, I like this. All these things are given up. Atman, then how does he live his life? Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. He is very grateful to be in the joy of the self alone. He takes his source of joy to be the self alone, and he is very blissful. When such a person is called a sthita prajna, a man of steady mind, a stable mind. And so this 57th question concludes with how, what is the greatest tushti, or what is the greatest joy? Tushti or contentment is the greatest joy. To just revise briefly all the 4 questions we saw today. Dhanyanam Uttamam Kinsvita, who is a very blessed person. Daksham, a person who functions very skillful with great integrity, is a very blessed person. Just imagine if we train ourselves throughout our life with some good quality or the other, expressing some good quality or the other, and we also have the integrity of mind to be very honest in doing, in discharging our duties, we are indeed a blessed person. Dhananam syat kim uttamam, what is the greatest wealth? Dhananam uttamam shrutam, the wealth of hearing, the wealth of knowledge is the greatest wealth. Labhanam uttamam kim syat, labhanam shreyah arogyam. Arogyam is being free of disease. Disease is a great obstacle to the integration of mind. According to yoga, there are 9 antarayas or obstacles that prevent the integrity of mind. And vyadhi is the main obstacle. And how is this? How are these obstacles conquered? How to conquer the obstacle of vyadhi? By focusing on one thought alone, one thought of God, of divinity, of Om. So that is the obstacle. When we conquer that obstacle of disease and we are free of disease, then that is the greatest gain in our life. Whether we have anything or not, even if we may have a house, or we have or don't have enough money, or we have or don't have enough knowledge, when we are very healthy, we have the clarity of mind to think about what we want to do, get what we want to get. We are very powerful to function with our body. We have the clarity of thinking and common sense to survive very well in life, in any kind of situation that we may be put in. Sukhanam syat kim uttamam, sukhanam tushtihi uttama. Tushti or contentment is the greatest sukham. So these are the 4 questions and answers that we see between Yaksha and Yudhishthira. So we'll just finish with a small bhajan. Om Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala Radha Lola Rasa Vilola Tribhuvana Paripala Dina Dayala Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala Surdas Prabhu Karuna Sagar मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर भक्त सखा भगवान गोपाला जय हरि गोविंद जय नंदलाल जय हरि गोविंद जय नंदलाल। बोलिए श्री सिद्धि विनायक स्वामी की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हर नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम।